It can be used to manipulate the oddities.
Huber.
Yo.
Last year, Bloober Team went above and beyond with the Silent Hill 2 remake.
They sure did.
And they've had another team working on an original game
Sick.
called Cronos: The New Dawn.
So hyped.
And they flew me out there to their hometown, to Krakow, to check it out. And there's a lot of layers to this game, and there's a lot of layers to this preview event even. Because the areas that you're exploring that have been just like completely, ripped out, post-apocalypse kind of style, right, are based on this area in Krakow, which is called Nova Huta, where there's this big steelworks that the Soviet Union built, and they built all these like tenements and all this stuff for all the factory workers because it's like one building in the steelworks. They said the roof would cover the entire old town of Krakow.
Whoa.
Like, yeah. And that was like the whole thing. Like the Soviets was like, this is the perfect Soviet city and like the ideal, like in like to like basically put down the old and like this is the new, right?
Yeah,
kind of thing,
yeah.
right.
Jeez.
And that's kind of what like I think that's what New Dawn might refer to as well. Like it, but yeah, so like
the new city.
And the guys there, like the writers and stuff we're talking about, like my grandparents like they worked in this factory and all this, and so the
deeply personal
spaces
game
that they're like trying to recreate are very real, and so it's crazy. Like we stayed in this part of town. We were like they took us in like an old bus around and like showed us like this was the first of the factory, like the factory workers' apartments that they built and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's actually this building here. Is like based on a building that never got built, basically. That like the money ran out, and so they just never built like that big, city hall kind of thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, so there's a lot.
What is that building in the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a
that's
central
cool.
thing. Like when the title pops up, like you're looking at that building.
Got it.
Another thing is like this is I think really the first time that they've leaned this hard into survival horror aspect. And I have an interview that's going up at the same time as this preview. And I was like, I was like, the first thing you do in this game is you pick up a gun pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's the gun is cool. It's like a control style gun. So it like shifts into like basically like a brass knuckles and then shifts into like shotgun form.
Heavy control vibes for sure.
But so you are this character that you're dropped in. You don't know there's not like backstory and stuff. They had us play like the first like hour and a half of the game in this building that was like the old administration building for the steelworks, and they gave us like the whole tour of the building and everything like that. So again, like the history that plays in here, and so you play as this characters. You just know them as a traveler, and apparently the way the travelers work is that like only one of them is ever active at a time. And so your predecessor has fallen.
There can be only one.
So you have to follow the trail of your predecessor and continue on from their mission and keep going.
Freaking cool.
And these travelers...
If you die in the game, do you just reload or do you become a new traveler?
No.
Lore-wise, I mean.
No, you just go to...
Okay.
Yeah. No, you're a very specific character.
Got it.
You have a very specific character.
Cool.
When I was talking to them too, like there's a whole journey for her too as well. But so there was this outbreak event that happened like 1981. I don't even know all the details yet. I know that there was like some kind of plague going on, and some kind of like sort of Dead Space vibes. When you start walking around, there's just like these like
pustules
bodies melted together and stuff like that, right? But one of the things with the Traveler is that they are going through and looking for these time rifts. And so you go back to right before the event.
Oh.
And you're looking for these specific targets. And
so wait, you travel through time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You find these time rifts and find the targets.
And then when you, like, how much does the environment change when you're traveling back in time? You're in
1981.
Yeah.
Now. Like
that's awesome.
Before the world's been destroyed.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But I didn't get to experience a whole lot of that. Like that's like actually after what I got to play.
That sounds so interesting.
But the way they describe it is you go to these targets and you essentially like digitize their souls, like harvest their souls. And for what purpose, I don't really know.
Sketch.
But I know that they have gameplay perks.
Whoa.
And you can only hold like 3 souls at a time.
Okay.
So they were saying that like you could be full up and then you come across another traveler that's got a soul and you have to decide like whether you're going to eject one of the souls that you have and take that one or leave it there. And the there's like all these moral questions of like, okay, you've taken care of their mortal shell, which means you've killed them to harvest their soul. And now you're using them as a like an inventory slot. Like, I don't know. So that's all stuff beyond what I even played.
That sounds so cool.
But so there's a lot more to get into. What the heck the travelers are even doing, what the heck the collective even is, which I don't like. Other than a name, I don't know what that even is about.
Yeah, it's like, can we even trust our mission where we could be being played, you know?
Right. But you start, and this is a thing that's not even in the footage. The very first thing you do is you wake up in this thing called a sarcophagus. And like this computer basically like gives you all these mental checks and you like answer like a few questions and stuff, kind of like beginning of like the Silent Hill, which one? The one that was on Wii.
Book of Memories, Shattered Memories.
Shattered Memories, I think. Yeah. Anyways, there's like a little question and answer thing.
Yeah, sure.
Where I'm like, how significant is this going to make a difference? I don't know. I can't tell. And then you get out and you start exploring. And there's a nice little ramp up of like, okay, getting to know the environment, getting to see where you're at, getting to get some backstory about this plague and what people went through. Doing some like Resident Evil, plug the fuses into a box kind of thing.
Absolutely. Survival Horror 101.
And then you start getting the enemies coming out.
Yeah. Looking like necromorphs for sure.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very Dead Space-ish kind of thing. But the two big things that they've done to differentiate this game in terms of gameplay is your gun, you can do a charge shot. So not just more power, but I think that like with the pistol, like I think it'll actually penetrate. So like if you get a charge shot and there's like 2 guys in sight, then you can hit both of them. And then the other thing is the merge. And this is something that you have to be really careful of because if you've got a body and an enemy gets close to the body, they'll like start shooting out these tendrils and they'll absorb the body and then they'll become stronger and they'll have like the spikes and armor and all this stuff
badass.
and they become a lot harder.
Like Vecna vibes.
Right. And the thing is though, dude, like, yeah, like you really feel at risk a lot in this game.
Yeah, from the footage I saw, Blood, you get a lot. You take a lot of damage.
Yeah.
When you get hit even once, and the enemies were pretty spongy too. They take a lot of shots.
They take a lot of shots to go down, and so and you have a very, at least at the start, you have a very limited inventory, and you've got to pick up, you know, like the chemicals and stuff like that to craft bullets and craft your health kits and stuff. There are cats though. If you find a cat and pet a cat, you might get a little health kit.
Look at that. Evil Within nod. The cats were like the save game and one of the DLCs.
And then there are save points and checkpoints, little kind of like safe areas. There's additionally there is like a flamethrower kind of thing that you have. So it's like a little gas tanks that you get. And that's also very limited. So like when you start off, you can only hold one charge of the flamethrower. And then like as you get more energy, you can like unlock, you know, more damage on your gun or more ammo capacity, all that good stuff. Not like leveling up, just like those individual like actual attributes. And then like, how many charges of flame that you can hold. But that's the thing where, again, like the resource management is very key in this because like even like exploding gas tanks that are in a room, like you get in some of these situations where it's like, okay, they've locked you in here with these freaks and now you've got to figure out, and like it took me a couple of tries.
They're coming out of the walls.
Took me a couple of tries to figure out like, okay, when is the best time to blow those canisters? When is the best time to like burn? Because if you burn at the right time, you can interrupt a merge and you can also like burn multiple bodies.
That's good, yeah.
You know, so it's just like figuring out
timing that,
all of the ideal situations.
That's so fun.
But it's so easy to get panicked to be like, I gotta back up, I gotta not take damage right here, and you know, then there's some other freak that you don't know
behind
in the darkness
you,
merging.
You start shooting wildly, you're wasting ammo.
Yes,
It's crazy.
That's the thing too. Is like you know, I think the recoil and stability is one of those things that you gotta upgrade.
Yeah.
But you, again, with the travelers where they like leave these like trails and these diaries behind, you know, you kind of get hints at places that you're going to go and like what they've been through. And like there's this door that like led to a hospital, and they're like, the hospital's overrun. Don't go in there. You won't be able to accomplish the mission. You know, it's
Sketch.
like, and like you just know to like,
rat camp.
at some point we're going in.
Yeah, 100%.
At some point, maybe 10 hours in, we're gonna go in. I don't know.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to think about what else. I do think that like I had a little bit of a weird spot early on, where like I didn't see that, like, because you're like, again, like you're in this busted up building. It's like the floors have all crumbled into each other and stuff like that.
It's dark. There's fog.
And so when I was looking for those fuses, that like I just couldn't figure out where the second fuse was. And it was one of those things where I had to go up to the second floor, and I had to hop back down to a place that had caved in. And I was just like, I had the disadvantage of, when I got into that room is when they pulled me out for the interview.
Oh,
and then I come back 20 minutes later, I'm trying to figure out like what the heck was I doing?
What did I do again?
And I just couldn't see that, like, oh, this is the place I'm supposed to jump down.
Got it.
But that might not be a big deal later on. Or if you're actually, maybe they'll clean it up or give a little extra light in there to just like, go over here. But the other thing is that there are these time oddities. And you'll see these as like these little swirly black hole things,
like
right?
a dimensional rift.
Yeah. And I'm trying to. I know there's other games that do this exact mechanic, but I can't think of what any of them right now. But basically, what they will do is they will shift the environment to like create different paths. So it's like an on-off switch. So it's like you aim at it, you like activate the oddity, and then this bridge will form. It's like maybe like Quantum Break's a good example. I don't know. It's like you like reform this moment in time.
Sure.
Walk across the bridge, then you've got to like turn it off to like make the other side appear or whatever.
Got it.
But there's some cool things that they do with that. There were like a little bit unexpected. Where like there was a part where like I activated one and like I saw like this chunk of ground or whatever like go up, and I'm like, okay, well now how do I get back up there to go across? It's like, oh, what I have to do is stand on it, then activate it, then it lifts me up. It's just kind of like a cool kind of like feel to when you do it.
Yeah, when I saw just the pacing, it really stood out to me, Blood. That's my favorite pace in a survival horror game, is just kind of creeping around and exploring, maybe solving a little puzzle here and there, picking up some documents, getting some lore, and then having, intense enemy encounters.
But like with the inventory slots, like sometimes like your key items taking up that slot, and then like you've got your bullets, and then you've got your health, and then you got your gas tank, and you're like, I don't have enough slots here. What do I drop?
Is there anywhere to store that stuff, or
There's storage chests, very Resident Evil style storage chests that you can toss things into. Same thing with like some of your upgrade things. Take a inventory slot too. I forget what you actually upgrade it off the top of my head. But yeah, so like those things, like, okay, I can only really carry one of these at a time. And so, yeah, really having to be careful with that stuff. And then that's what led to kind of like the roughest part for me was that, like I couldn't finish the demo.
Crazy.
Because I got to this boss fight.
Just no ammo.
And I did not have enough ammo to kill this dude.
Sick.
And I'm running circles around this apartment, like, okay, blast, get him on fire with this thing, try to shoot, because like, yeah, the way he kind of works is like you get him on fire and then like his weak points pop out. Mm-hmm. So like try to
Resident Evil 5.
Get him lit up, blast a weak point, and then start running again, try to find some ammo, try to find some more flame stuff. And it was just like, I did that boss like 4 or 5 times or something. And like, I just got to points where like, I just have nothing. I have no ammo. There's nothing else in this room.
I love that.
Like, my only choice really could have been to go back. But, like, I had actually was, like, right before that, I rushed past a bunch of, like, spitter dudes. Because it was, like, I realized then, that, like, when I opened this door, and there's, like, there are too many.
Yeah.
I don't have enough bullets for these guys. I just got to try to run and hope they don't hit me in the back of the head.
Like, zipping out of here.
There's some giant slime ball flies by me. Like, okay, juke the other way.
Yeah.
Sounds
so fun.
There's also quick shortcuts for crafting.
Okay.
So with you're swapping between like your gun and your shotgun forms or whatever, you do that with the D-pad. If you hold the direction on the D-pad, then you'll create bullets for that weapon.
Got it.
So that's really nice.
That is.
On
the fly.
I think you can do that with health kits too. I forget which direction it is for that. And then that was pretty much it, other than just like the very nitty gritty of like just some of the different scenarios that they put you in.
So promising, Bloodworth. The environments and the look of combat.
Cutters. Good old bolt cutters.
Fuses, cranks, bolt cutters, of course. The combat encounters look very harrowing and very intense, which I love to see. And then I'm just really intrigued actually by the story.
I'm very intrigued.
It's so mysterious, Blood, and it's like I haven't even played this game, and I want to know. You know, sometimes I'll see a survival horror game and I'll be like, oh, that just looks fun to be in that environment and fight those monsters. But for this one, I'm actually like, who is the traveler? Like, we're going back in time. We're fighting weird monsters. Where did they come from? It's like, you're talking about some organization. So, yeah, I'm very intrigued to see where that story goes.
Yeah, and we get into that more in the interview, so check out that interview as well, because I was talking to, there's two game directors as well as the lead writer.
In the real world parallels, you were saying, they're just their grandparents and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a surreal experience to see places that like echo spots that like we're sitting in right now,
It's wild.
In terms of the architecture and everything,
so hyped, Bud.
Yeah. You can shoot the legs and stomp.
Perfect.
As you might expect.
Save some ammo that way, dude. Save some ammo.
Yeah, save some ammo. Try to save all the ammo. I mean, I actually do hope that they give you a little bit of an easier job on that boss, but it's also the time limited thing. It's like I'm trying to get through it before my time runs out, and because of my interview, I was like stressing about that even more, and like seeing people finish and get up and walk away, and I'm like, how much time do I have left?
It's a preview too, so you're like a little more forgiving with the using your resources. It's like, oh, I'll just use these bullets here. Yeah, it's funny.
But looking forward to it. It's currently planned to be out this fall.
Sick.
You saw, the footage, like what we played at this point.
Good.
Looks pretty polished. I didn't come across, other than those two kind of like tweaking difficulty kind of things, like I didn't come across anything that was like buggy or funky or anything like that. So it seems to be in a pretty good spot.
Hell yeah, dude.
And it looks good.
Yeah.
So look forward to it, and thank you for watching this. Again, check out that interview, and check us out at patreon.com/easyallies. We are supported by people just like you. We need your funding to keep this thing going. So check that out. We got a whole bunch of interviews up last week from TennoCon. We got some other previews that are going up this week. So keep an eye out, and thank you.